The Zephyrian war fleet hung in Earth's orbit like a constellation of death, 10,000 vessels arranged in perfect geometric formations, their hull-mounted plasma arrays capable of glassing continents. Admiral Thexvar gazed down at the blue-green world through his command ship's viewport, already counting the resources his empire would harvest from humanity's corpse. The surrender demand was broadcast in 17 Earth languages, transmitted on every frequency humanity possessed. The message was simple, as it had been for the 43 species the Zephyrians had already conquered. Submit to Zephyrian rule. Become a client species. Your military will be dissolved, your governments disbanded, your people relocated to designated sectors. You have 24 standard hours to comply. Resistance is futile and will result in extinction. Thexvar expected the usual response pattern, first denial, then desperate negotiation attempts, finally tearful capitulation as the prey species realized the hopelessness of their situation. Instead, he received something unprecedented. A single transmission from Earth's United Defense Command, lasting exactly 3 seconds. Come and try. The Admiral's mandibles clicked with amusement. Primitive species often display bravado before accepting reality, he told his bridge crew. Begin the demonstration bombardment. Target their military installations. The first volley of plasma bolts lanced down toward Earth's surface, seeking the coordinates of humanity's largest military bases. They never made impact. Instead, the attacks encountered what appeared to be an invisible barrier in Earth's upper atmosphere, some kind of energy shield that absorbed the devastating weapon's fire without so much as a flicker. Impossible, breathed Tactical Officer Kethma. Our sensors show no shield generators, no defense. Been dispersed throughout Earth's atmosphere decades ago as part of humanity's contingency planning. As the Zephyrian weapons discharged, the nanobots absorbed the energy, analyzed the technology, and began systematically deconstructing the alien weapons from a molecular level. But that was only the beginning. Sir. Kethma's voice cracked with panic. The human vessels, they're not where our sensors say they should be. The Zephyrian targeting systems had been tracking what they believed was humanity's pathetic fleet, a few hundred primitive vessels hiding behind Earth's moon. What they hadn't realized was that every single ship was actually a holographic projection. The real human fleet had been waiting in the void between dimensions, using technology the Zephyrians couldn't even detect. Reality tore open like fabric as humanity's true warships emerged from folded space, not around the Zephyrian fleet, but inside it. Human vessels materialized within the enemy formation, having used quantum tunneling to bypass shields and armor entirely. The slaughter was absolute. Human ships didn't just fire weapons, they deployed armies of combat nanobots that turned Zephyrian vessels against themselves. They released viral AIs that convinced alien ships' computers to shut down life support. They used gravity manipulators to fold enemy dreadnoughts into origami sculptures of twisted metal. How is this possible? Admiral Thexvar screamed as his mighty fleet dissolved around him. Your species barely discovered nuclear fusion a century ago. The response came from Captain Sarah Chen of the UEDS Retribution, her voice calm and terrifyingly matter-of-fact. You made the same mistake every predator species makes, Admiral. You assumed that because we seemed weak, we were weak. You confused restraint with inability. As the last Zephyrian vessels succumbed to humanity's assault, Chen continued, we've been preparing for this day since we first detected limitation you cataloged was carefully crafted deception. Admiral Thexvar's flagship began breaking apart as human nanobots consumed its hull. With his dying breath, he gasped, what are you? Captain Chen's response followed him into the void. We're the species that survived ice ages, world wars, and planetary near-extinction events by learning one crucial lesson, never fight fair when the stakes are survival. You expected surrender. Instead, you got exactly what you deserved, a demonstration of why humanity doesn't have prey species. The scattered debris of the Zephyrian armada served as a monument to a simple truth. Some species were predators, others were prey, and a rare few were apex hunters masquerading as sheep.